So we are talking about the movie Breakdown Lane. This one directed by Bob Schultz and Robert Conway. And the story here basically focuses on a woman as she is driving to kind of meet her boyfriend in the city. So she's got to drive through this kind of desert area. However, it happens to be on the day of a zombie apocalypse. Now, she inevitably breaks down. She's got quite a modern car, which has got one of these kind of help buttons that you press and it kind of goes through to someone. And that basically person is kind of her guide through this kind of zombie apocalypse. And on the way, we meet a variety of different kind of human characters as well as zombies, and adventures ensue. So what do I think of Breakdown Lane? I've got to say, when this movie started off, I thought it was going to be quite a well-made movie. As it turns out, it's a very low-budget film, and it really does show as the film progresses. But it starts off quite well and almost seems like it's going to kind of be like a wrong turn sort of style movie. But so at the end, the beginning was quite good. And I've got to say that a lot of that damage is made by the actress here. I thought did a pretty good job really leading this film. I mean, it's not the greatest acting ever, but I thought she was a quite a strong and somewhat kind of realistic character, at least in the first half of this film. I thought she did a good job of really kind of like holding the weight of this movie. And like I said, it's quite an interesting premise. It's quite a fun idea of this kind of like this random situation happening amidst the zombie apocalypse, and that kind of the growing affection between this character and this guy, and then this kind of like intercom thing on this phone again is quite fun. As the film progresses, we kind of go into this kind of more of a urban environment, and it definitely loses some steam there. So what didn't work for me, like I said, this film is a very low budget film, and there's a few things that will really give that away. I mean, this is meant to be the zombie apocalypse just starting. However, literally one day into the zombie apocalypse, we end up having cannibals who are, you know, scavenging the wastelands, kind of looking for meat. And we have this kind of guy who's got this, another person who's got this kind of like nice house in the suburbs. Yet he's kind of dressed up like a tramp, you know, again, sort of scavenging the kind of the desert and stuff like that. So this all happens within a couple of days, and already we've got kind of people like that. I think it's definitely taking cues from like The Walking Dead and the kind of the survivors that we've had in that. But the time frame of this film just doesn't compute. Also, this film is stupidly illogical. I mean, we're meant to believe this single woman is pushing this great big SUV through the desert, and that's what happens. I mean, because she doesn't want to lose contact with the guy on this intercom thing, she's literally pushing her car through the desert, through the heat with limited water. I mean, come on, silly. And you also notice the kind of the low production values here. Like I said, when we get into these urban environments, and it's meant to be the zombie apocalypse, and we can clearly see cars driving around in the background with just normal traffic. It's a little bit silly, and just kind of, and there's a one shot, for example, where she's towards the end where she's getting in this car with this dog, and then you'll see it from one angle and it's clearly day, and then another angle it's clearly in the evening. So stuff like that. So the attention to detail just isn't there. When we get to the kind of the zombie effects themselves, they're pretty weak. It's one of those things where you'll see people with a kind of like blood makeup on their face and like clearly cut shirts with the scissors and things like that. So again, just looks very much on the cheaper side. Clearly influenced by the Walking Dead. And although I did like the main actress here, I thought she did a pretty credible job kind of carrying this film. It was definitely a stronger first half, although I do feel that there was some illogical issues and it didn't really make a lot of sense. But nonetheless, the first half was better. When we kind of get to the second half, it really does fall down to what already wasn't a particularly memorable movie to begin with. So I'm going to give this film a 3.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave a comment, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.